Hey, how are you doing today? My name is Carl, and this is my first Italki podcast. Welcome to the channel. I'm an American, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the Winter Olympics, kind of. So, I've been watching the Olympic Games in Beijing 2022, and I've been really impressed by all of the snowboarders and the skiers doing incredible tricks like spinning around 4 to 5 times. So one rotation is a 360, right? And then two is a 720, and then 1440, and then it keeps going up and up and up so high that you kind of lose track of how many times they're spinning around. And I just wanted to tell a little bit of a story about when I was younger. I used to go snow skiing. I couldn't do a 360. I couldn't even do a 360 spin. However, it was a lot of fun. I have great childhood memories of going up to the mount. It's called Mount Hood, which is in Oregon, and there are two ski slopes there. The first ski slope is called Mount Hood Meadows, and the second one is called Mount Hood Timberline. It's like the timberline. It's where the trees grow up on the mountain, and then above the timberline there are only rocks or snow. The difference was that Timberline had a glacier, so you could even ski during the summer months. The glacier was there all year round, or at least there was snow there in the glacier. I'm not sure if you could actually ski on it in the summertime or not. But the interesting thing about the Timberline Lodge is that the movie The Shining was filmed there in the lodge. The Shining was a horror movie, and so I don't know if you ever saw it, but it stars Jack Nicholson, and it was a film by Stanley Kubrick. An excellent movie, although a little bit scary to watch. So, what was great about the Timberline Lodge for us was that after we'd go up skiing, come back to the lodge and your hands would be cold. You'd have frozen fingers and frozen toes because no matter how good the gloves are, it's always cold up there, and sometimes they're not 100% waterproof, so you get moisture coming through the gloves, and the cold and the wetness, the combination of being cold and wet is painful, and sometimes your hands would even go numb. And so we'd take off our gloves, put all the rental gear outside. We'd rent skis, didn't usually buy them, I think. And go inside, and we would we'd drink hot chocolate, and we'd go into the restrooms, and we'd take off the cold, wet gloves and put them in front of the hand blow dryer. So like when you wash your hands in the restroom, if you don't want to use the paper towels, there are blow dryers. And so we would put our cold, wet gloves up onto the blow dryer and then dry them off, so that after we had our hot chocolate and our lunch, we'd usually pack sandwiches and cookies. That's a way to save money, by the way, because if you buy meals in the lodge, they're going to be very expensive. So we would have our packed lunches, warm up and dry off in the lodge, and then in the afternoon, we'd go back up to the mountain. So it's kind of like you recharge your batteries, you warm up, you dry off, you recuperate, you relax in the lodge, and then you go back up skiing. And like I said, this is at Timberline Lodge, Timberline, Mount Hood Timberline. It's a ski slope that's very famous in Oregon. If you've never gone skiing before, it's a thrill. It gives you a bunch of adrenaline, a sensation of flying. Yeah, why are people so crazy about skiing? Is because when you go up there, you get out in nature, you breathe that fresh, crisp, cold air. You get to enjoy nature. And it's a great form of exercise too. It is a really good workout. So when you're going down the hill, you have to bend your knees and you have to cut back and forth so that you don't go too fast. And that is a good quad workout and calves and even your abdominals and your back, everything. I remember waiting in line at the bottom of the mountain because you have a chair lift. It's the thing that takes you up the mountain. I think in Chinese is lanche. So it's like there's a cable, and then you wait for it to come around. It spins around in a circle, so it's a big loop, and then it goes to the top, and then drops off people, and then it comes down and picks you up, and it goes back to the top. It's constantly rotating. And one of the things is that when the chairlift is coming, you can't fall down because you have to wait in line, and there's a bunch of people there, and you have to just time it right. So you ski out to the platform where it picks you up, and then you sit on the bench just in time as the chairlift lifts you up, and then you go up the mountain. And I remember also sometimes on the chairlift, it was scary because you have poor conditions. Maybe it's snowing really hard, and you're on the chairlift, and it would get really cold. Because when you're moving, you're skiing down the mountain, your body is warm. But as soon as you stop, your body cools down, your body temperature cools down, the wind starts blowing, and you're just sitting up there. And sometimes the ski lift could take maybe 10 minutes to get to the top, if it's a long run. And I remember one time, it was almost a blizzard, the chairlift got stuck. And sometimes that will happen because of mechanical errors, or maybe someone fell down when they were getting off the chairlift or getting on, and so then they have to pause it for a bit. Anyways, I remember being stuck on the chairlift and just turning into an icicle. It was so cold. And when the wind blows and the snow blows and you're stuck in that chairlift, it can be a miserable situation. Anyways, once you get off the chairlift, you have to ski down a ramp. And if you're on a snowboard, the damban, it's a snowboard, then it's a little bit easier to fall when you're getting off the chairlift because it's really steep. And skis, it's just easier getting off the chairlift than on a snowboard. The snowboard, you only have 1 foot in your bindings, and 1 foot is loose. So when you go up the up the chairlift, you have to take out your rear foot off the snowboard, and then it dangles, and it's only connected to your right foot. I'm pretty sure it's been many years since I've gone boarding, but that's what I remember. And then what else can I tell you about skiing? Well, the slopes are different ratings. So I remember you'd have like the hardest was a black diamond. So a black diamond slope means it's very steep and it's for advanced skiers only. So when you're coming down the mountain, you can choose which way to go. You can go down the easy way or the steep way or the super difficult slope, which is a black diamond. Sometimes I think there are even double black diamonds. And sometimes the black diamonds will have lots of moguls. Moguls are the bumpy slopes. So when you go down, you have to really bend your knees and you go back and forth so that you can carve in between the moguls. It was in the Olympics. I saw the mogul skiers doing it, and I was really impressed by how steady they kept their heads. So their bodies would be moving back and forth, but their head was almost perfectly still, like a runway model. And the moguls are really challenging on your knees because your knees have to bend really. You have to flex really deep. It's almost like doing a squat with your butt going down so that your knees are at a 90-degree angle. I used to go skiing with my dad and my brothers, and that was always fun, and we would kind of race down the mountain together. I never really had ski instruction. We just kind of figured it out, and when you're first starting to ski, the first thing that you learn is called the snow plow. And that's when you take your two skis and you point your toes together like you're pigeon-toed, and then that will act as the brake function. So that's the way you stop when you're just very first learning. And I remember when we first learned, If you don't stop that way, the other way you stop is you wipe out. So you just crash. And so you try and cut to the side, and then you kind of fall and try not to land on your face or hit your butt too hard as you're falling. But anyways, that was just a really quick memory of some memories I had for snow skiing and snowboarding when I was younger. And I hope you're enjoying the Winter Olympics. I've been watching them at night. They're on at nighttime here in the U.S. And I'm really impressed by all the athletes from all different countries and how amazing they are, and how that they can perform tricks, stunts, or spins or flips that were impossible when I was younger. So everyone is taking the sports to a higher level. And good luck to all the Olympic athletes in Beijing right now. And thank you for listening to this podcast. If you'd like to take a one-on-one lesson with me, you can go ahead and book that through Italki. And I would like to hear your story. We can talk about the Olympics, or about movies, or about your career choice, or whatever you want to talk about. So thank you for listening, and I will hope to see you soon in a class. And stay tuned to this channel for more podcasts like this. Thank you. Have a good day.